Hello, I'm Dr. ID, and welcome to Dashing Health. Today, we're going to tackle something that I know affects so many of you, the connection between chronic fatigue and that persistent, frustrating feeling of dizziness.
So if you're someone living with chronic fatigue syndrome, or myalgic encephalomyelitis as it's also known, and you've been dealing with dizziness, I really want you to hear this. You are definitely not alone. It's a super common symptom, and in this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of exactly why it happens.
You know, a huge number of people with CFS/ME talk about feeling dizzy or lightheaded, and it's especially noticeable when you just change your posture, right? Like going from sitting down to standing up. Well, it turns out there's a really solid medical reason for that feeling.
And a really common issue at the heart of this is something called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is a mouthful, I know, so we just call it POTS. So what on earth is POTS? Well, put simply, it's when your heart rate just skyrockets, all from doing something as simple as standing up. It's a huge, uncomfortable jump in your heart rate.
Okay, so why? Why does this happen? What's actually going on in your body that connects CFS/ME to that awful dizzy feeling? Let's peel back the layers and look at the science here.
All right, this is where it gets fascinating. We have to talk about something called blood pooling. Imagine this, when you stand up, gravity naturally pulls blood down. But for a lot of people with CFS/ME, too much of that blood just kind of collects or pools in their legs. Why? Because the body's internal plumbing system, the one that's supposed to pump that blood right back up to your head, is just a little slow on the uptake.
And that little delay sets off a chain reaction. It's like dominoes falling. Step 1, you stand up. Step 2, that blood starts to pool down in your legs. And the big one, step 3, because the blood is down there, there's less of it getting back up to your brain. It's a really simple cause and effect, but wow, does it have a powerful impact?
Okay, so we've got the science, but what does that feel like? How does that chain reaction translate into what you're actually experiencing every day? Let's connect those dots, because this is the really important part.
That lack of blood flow to the brain, well, that's the culprit. That's what brings on that lightheadedness, that dizziness. It's also why you might get hit with a sudden wave of exhaustion or find it almost impossible to concentrate. You're not imagining it. These are direct physical results of what's happening inside.
And I have to add a really crucial point here. It isn't only about what happens when you stand up. The sheer constant exhaustion and the other issues that come with CFS/ME, they play a huge role too. They can make you feel generally unsteady and off balance, even when you're just sitting down.
So, okay, we've talked a lot about the why, but I know the big question on your mind is, so what do I do about it? That's the most important part, right? So let's talk about the next steps on your journey to feeling better.
And honestly, just understanding this connection, what we've talked about today, that right there is the first huge step toward relief. Because when you know why something is happening, you can start to build a real strategy. It gives you back a little bit of control.
Now, for those of you who really want to go deeper on this, I've poured a lot of my work into a resource I think you'll find incredibly helpful. It's a book from my Overcoming Dizziness series, and it's designed to take you way beyond the basics, deep inside the hidden causes of dizziness that, most doctors just don't have time to explain in a quick appointment.
It's really meant to be a complete guide. We talk about where the dizziness is really coming from, the why behind it, and this is the best part, what you can start doing about it, like today.
The book is called Dizziness Causes You Didn't Know and How to Get Fast Relief. So if what we've talked about today has resonated with you and you feel like you're ready for that next step, just check out the link in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me on Dashing Health. I truly wish you all the best on your journey.